While the Golden Week PSN sale has just ended, we have two brand new PSN sales. Yup, we knew about the extended play sale late last night. It's live right now, but they're also throwing in a games under $15 sale. I haven't really looked at either of them much. So again, you guys can get the instant reaction from me on these deals. Hopefully there is some good stuff. Want to take a look at the games under $15 sale first. Right off the bat, I see Little Nightmares for $4.99. That is 75% off. This is a game I've been talking up for years now. Great survival horror game by Bandai Namco. Highly recommended. Little Nightmares 2 just dropped, so now would be a good time to check out the first game. It is also on PlayStation now, so that is something to consider. Holy hell, this next deal is awesome. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Legacy. You guys know me, I'm a little bit of a weeaboo when it comes to Naruto, but this includes Naruto Storm 1, 2, 3, and 4 Road to Boruto. Now, Naruto Storm 1 is kind of a meme, Naruto Storm 2 is really good, Storm 3 is really good, and Storm 4 is really good. And all those games that I just mentioned, the latter three games, they're really good from a single-player standpoint as well. I mean, if you're gonna be playing competitively or with your buddies or whatever, you're probably just gonna jump on Storm 4, but Storm 2 and 3 have quality single-player components that you can also enjoy. And for $14, that is a ridiculous deal for all the stuff you're getting. AC Unity, my least favorite of the Assassin's Creed games, is $9. Okay deal, whatever. Infamous Second Son is $9.99. That's a great deal. I loved Infamous Second Son. It is available on the PlayStation Instant Game Collection if you have a PS5. It's also on PlayStation Now, but $10 for that is pretty good. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is down to just $3. That is an awesome deal. I love the Tomb Raider games since the reboot. This is probably, you could make an argument it's the weakest of the three games, but still all three of them are very much worth playing. And if you want to get started with the trilogy, this is a pretty good place to start. AC Syndicate is $9, in my opinion, the most underrated Assassin's Creed game. This came out the year after Unity, so it was just like Assassin's Creed had developed this stigma after Unity and Syndicate didn't sell all too well, but Syndicate was actually a really good game, great pair of main characters, and the traversal got a lot better with this one as well. $9 for that is really good. Castle Crashers Remastered. Now, I love Castle Crashers. $9 might be a little bit much for that. If it was down to like $5, I would say that's a really good pickup because this is regularly like $2.99 on PC, so take that into account, but it's a great game and super replayable if you do play with friends. Not as great if you're going for that solo experience. Rayman Legends is $5, great platformer, strongly recommend that. Saints Row 4 re-elected $5, pretty zany open world game, can't go wrong with a Saints Row title if you're looking for something not too serious. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, you know I'm going to go to bat for this one, 85% off for $4.49, excellent deal. Another game that's super underrated, and man, Square Enix makes all these new IPs all the time, you know, Outriders of the World and all these other games. Why can't we get a sequel to Sleeping Dogs? I feel like it's developed that cult following that the people that played it absolutely loved it. Great mature story, great hand-to-hand combat, and the visuals still hold up pretty strongly. Remember, this originally came out on the PS3, but this is the definitive edition with all the DLC for PS4. Order 1886, gotta get my Order 1886 plugin, $9.99. Okay, it's been cheaper, I believe it's been down to $5, and for $5, I think Order 1886 is actually a pretty good pickup. Now trust me guys, I am like you if you picked up Order 1886 for $60. We felt ripped off, but honestly, going back and playing the game, yes, it's super short. You can beat it in like 4 to 5 hours, maybe even less. But for what you get out of it, I actually enjoyed it. I mean, the gameplay isn't revolutionary, standard third-person cover-based game, but it's a game that I think just because of the reputation it built up over the years, I think people think it's like one of the worst PS4 exclusives, and I don't think it's a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a game if you paid $60 for it, you got ripped off. And I understand that sentiment, but I think the game from a visual standpoint is stunning. You can make an argument it's the best looking PS4 game, and for $10, maybe wait for it to be $5, but definitely keep that on your radar if you never played it. I think it's a game that would pleasantly surprise a lot of you guys. Just Cause 4 Reloaded is $8, Injustice 1 is $5, Alien Isolation for $6 is actually a really good pickup. Walking Dead Final Season is on sale for $9. Prototype 2 is $8, that's a pretty good pickup. Pretty big improvement over Prototype 1 in my opinion, and I would recommend you to play Prototype 1, but Prototype 2 is definitely a better game. Visually, they're nothing to write home about, so just bear that in mind. I mean, when Prototype 1 came out, people were like, what the hell are these graphics? Looked like a, you know, really good looking PS2 game, but you guys get the idea. Just Cause 3 is down to $3. That's a great pickup if you haven't checked out Just Cause 3. Definitely would recommend that. Slay the Spire is $12.49, another game that I often go to bat for. It's a combination of a roguelike and a card game, and it's a pretty interesting game with quite a bit of depth to it and a lot of replayability. I have some buddies that have this game on PC and they've put like 300 hours into it. Yeah, crazy stuff like that. I didn't put quite as much hours into it, but I enjoyed my time with it, and I used to be a card game player, not so much anymore. Like, I played a lot of Hearthstone back in the day. But this is an interesting take on a card game where you're infusing it with a roguelike as well. I liked what it had to offer, so $12.50 might be a little pricey, but I think it's a good pickup. Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition, great game here, $9.99. You get the DLC as well. Strong recommendation. Maybe it's more akin to a RPG that's suited for PC, but it works pretty well with the PS4 controller. I played the hell out of this. I think this one is better than Pillars of Eternity 2. There's some elements of Pillars of Eternity 2 that I like better, but PoE 1 absolutely for $10 with all the content that you're getting. Great story here, replayable as hell, and a lot of content for your money, so that gets a strong recommendation from me. Oh, speaking of Prototype 2, we mentioned that a second ago. Prototype 1's also on sale. That's down to $6, which is actually pretty good for Prototype 1. I remember the story in 09 when Prototype and Infamous were coming out right around the same time, and man, were the fanboys coming out for that one. That was some funny stuff back in 09. But yeah, Infamous clearly the better game, but Prototype wasn't bad either. What else we got? Thief is down to $1.99. That was one of my more disappointing games of this generation, or last generation at this point. But $2 for it? I don't know. $2 for any game. I mean, it's not unplayable, it's just not a very good game. Technomancer is $4. Pretty interesting sci-fi RPG. Don't go into it expecting something completely blow away, but for $4, it's a decent little RPG done by Spiders, the guys that also brought you Greedfall, so check that out. What else we got? Farpoint, a VR title, $9.99. Murdered Soul Suspect for $1.99. I bought this at full price, and I literally didn't play it for like a year, and now seeing it at $1.99 makes me kind of cringe that I spent $60 on it, but nevertheless. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered is on sale. That's $9.99, also on PS Now. Talked up Valkyria Chronicles 4 when we talked about the Golden Week sale. Valkyria Chronicles 1 is also really good. Visuals hold up strongly because of the art style. If you want a compelling tactics-based RPG with a great story, definitely a good shout there. I believe there's also an anime series for Valkyria Chronicles, but definitely play the game first. I heard the anime diverged from some elements of the game, so yeah, bear that in mind if you are looking to watch that as well. Left Alive Day 1 Edition, $15, another one of those Square Enix new IPs that wasn't a hit with everyone. Really unfortunate because a lot of people were seeing that as kind of like a new Metal Gear, but obviously it didn't live up to those expectations. There are some other good deals in this under $15 sale that I'm going to look at, but I also want to cover the extended play sale, so let's look at that for now, and again, we'll circle back to the under $15 sale, probably in a different video, because I just saw stuff like Magicka 2 for $374, which is a pretty good pickup as well. Extended play is like an interesting gimmick sale. I believe it's like games with their DLC included, like deluxe editions and things like that. There's a bundle with Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Immortals Phoenix Rising for $66. That's $33 a pop. I think that's actually a pretty decent deal for the digital copies of these games. Immortal Phoenix Rising and AC Valhalla, I believe, physically has been $30 each, so that is something to note. Crash 4 is $39. I mean, if you've waited this long, I think it's going to get cheaper pretty soon, so yeah, just keep that in mind. DB Fighters with the Fighters Pass, $17.49. Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Edition Digital Deluxe Edition, $37.49. That's a ton of content for your money, so yeah, that might not be a bad pickup. Batman Return to Arkham for $6. That's a hell of a deal. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, both great Batman games. Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition is $17.49. That is a game that is on the Instant Game Collection as well, but if you haven't checked out FF15 yet, the Royal Edition makes it considerably better with the DLC included. Like, the DLC in FF15 was so weird, and if you guys played FF15 prior to the DLC coming out, you know what I mean. Like, it kind of made the story a bit disjointed, but yeah, the Royal Edition adds quite a bit of content, so do check that out if you don't have a PS5 with the Instant Game Collection. This is a weird one. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Trilogy is $16. We just talked about the Ultimate Ninja Storm Legacy, which also includes Storm 4 being $13 or $14. Yeah, $14. Yeah, you gotta watch out for stuff like that, because I guarantee you there's gonna be at least like 2 to 3 people that end up buying the Storm Trilogy, not noticing that the Storm Legacy Collection is down to $2 cheaper than that, so that is something interesting to note. Devil May Cry HD Collection is $15, that's DMC 1, 2, and 3. You can also get the 4 Special Edition for $19.79. Quite like the 4 Special Edition bundle with the HD Collection, because DMC 1, 3, and 4 are all pretty good. Just keep in mind, DMC 1 and 3 really show their age, and DMC 2 was not, you know, everybody's favorite Devil May Cry game, to say the least. But yeah, 1 and 3 show their age, and 4 does have quite a bit of backtracking in it as well. I believe they had development time constraints, so they kind of had to go that route, which is unfortunate, but yeah, keep that in mind. The Yakuza Remastered Collection is $30. That's pretty good. Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 for $30. I think that's a good pickup. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is $7.49. If you have a couple of buddies that are willing to pick that game up with you, that's not a bad pickup. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy is $20.09. That's a good trilogy of games. However, kind of pricey. I believe we've seen that for $15 before, so not a great pickup there. They got the crazy Assassin's Creed collections for like $60 with all of the Legacy AC titles. Sinking City, Surge 2 Premium Edition. Yeah, this sale is definitely not as good as the under $15 sale. There's a couple of things that are good, like Just Cause 3 XXL Edition is here. If you want to pick up Just Cause 3 and get a bunch of DLC, $4.49 for that is pretty solid. Probably would recommend that over the base game, to be perfectly honest. They got Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 for $15. I mean, if you're just looking to pick that up, I guess that's okay, but the all-in-one collection is readily available for $25, so that is something to note. Shadow Warrior 2 is just randomly in here for $9.99, which is a really good pickup, but I don't know why it's a part of this sale. Oh, Dead Rising Triple Pack. This ain't bad. Dead Rising 1, 2, and Off the Record for $14.87. Quite a bit of content for your money there. I mean, not the lengthiest game in the world, and there were some things about Dead Rising 2 that really annoyed me, but yeah, not a bad pickup if you want some zombie slaying action there. But yeah, a lot of the other deals, like you got some tennis games, you got Hunting Simulator, nothing else really standing out to me. I'll give the entire sale a look through, and you know, if I deem it to be high quality enough, maybe we'll do another video. The game's under $15 sale, expect another video on that, because that sale is actually quite good. But that's gonna wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.